YouTube, what is up? We're in the kitchen. It's like 4:20 a.m. My sleep's been weird these last like 2 weeks. I've been waking up at like 4 to 4:30, just like not even lying. I know this sounds weird. Like I'm not trying to sound like, oh, attack the day, like this super amped up guy, but I have been waking up just like excited to start the day. Like there's so much stuff to do, and it's like stuff I want to do, stuff I get to do, and I'm like, so it's like I'm losing like an hour of sleep now. But it's also like I'm waking up just like excited to get after it, and like I try to go back to sleep and I can. And it's been like 2 weeks, but yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm waking up like, I can't wait. But obviously I would want a little more sleep, but it's kind of nice. Like might be a little cheesy, but I'm waking up fired up. So anyways, early morning today, but we got breakfast cooking up, and then right here, just supplements I take. I just take a multivitamin in the morning. So Transparent Labs, take a multivitamin, and then creatine HMB, watermelon flavored. This one's super good. And then you got breakfast cooking up, which I'll show you right when it's done. There we have it, the breakfast of champions. 5 eggs, turkey, cheese, green pepper, onion, sourdough bread, butter. Every damn morning I eat this. Every morning, and I love it. But this is the ultimate breakfast. 70 grams protein, gets you started off right. Yeah, eat your eggs. I love eggs. I say this every time. It's probably boring by now because I've shown it like a million times. But surely I do just eat the same breakfast every day. So pretty routine with that, and I think it's helped a lot. Also, I now eat every meal kind of on my couch, which I don't know is weird. And I kind of put like the plate in my crooks my elbow like that and kind of eat it because I don't really have a table in here. We'll have a counter. Don't know if that's weird or don't know if that's a bad habit to get into, but it's kind of nice because don't have much of a morning routine. I just like to wake up, eat the breakfast, and then honestly I just watch YouTube. So we're about to have a little inception here. I'm making a YouTube video and I'm gonna be watching YouTube, so ooh, look at that. And then basically I usually just start working once I eat this. Take about 15-20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I actually look forward to working out. It's cool. Like, never thought I would like enjoy work, but when your work is what you love to do, which I'm fortunate to do, I can't wait to get after it. So, making some new workout plans and stuff like that, and researching stuff and making of new content ideas, all that stuff. So I'm super excited to get that. Do that in the morning, and then I'll work out after. Got a pull day today. I'm super excited for a little bit of conditioning, and yeah, it should be a good one. So. Eat some good foods, lift some heavy freaking weights. The life motto. About to go work out. This meal, another staple right here. This is the best yogurt. Oikos Pro, the 23 grams of protein. It's like 3 grams of fat. They have this. They also have the 000. Both are good. I like this one a little better because it's got some fat in it. It's a little more creamier. It's delicious. And then got some of these peanut butter clusters. Throw a little handful in there, and then classic, just some honey. Can't go wrong with that. Some carbs and protein pre-workout, but it mixes together so well. It is so good. Staple right here. Oh yeah. All right, on the way to the gym. Taking the old 10-toe express today because I'm fortunate I live like a 10-minute walk from the gym. So get some steps in. Sun's a shining. Brisk day today. Not really too brisk. It was like 50, but feels good. Fall's coming. But anyways, today's session can do a pull day, so kind of a back focused day. But I'm doing my cleans on these days now, so super stoked to see how that goes. So I'm gonna do power cleans, and then 3 back movements, barbell row, probably dumbbell chest support row, and a lat pull down, and then a rear delt movement, seated dumbbell reverse flies, and then 2 biceps. So good amount of volume there. Basically a back and bicep day, and then with cleans on it. So I'm gonna see how this format goes. I'm excited to do the cleans on this day. I think it will help sprint out the lifts. That way I can squat twice, bench twice, clean twice a week, really progress those 3 lifts these next couple months and get those numbers back up. I think I'm gonna stick for the first 4 weeks with like a power clean and then go into a full clean. Kind of just work on technique. moving the bar fast today, but excited for the session and excited for this walk. It is beautiful out. I get to train today. It is a good day. Let's have a good one. All right, getting the lift started. Start off with power clean, 6 sets of 3. Just doing 70% here. First week, just trying to do the bar fast, work on technique a little bit, move with some speed. So just 220 here, 70%. Rip the bar, move it fast, get explosive, and then get a big upper body pump. Great day. All right, so getting into the lift right here. Starting off with power clean, 6 sets of 3. Just using about 70% of my 1 rep max, so move the bar with some speed and enthusiasm here. But really trying to have a better catch here. That's what I've been trying to work on with my catch. As I mentioned, cleaning 2 times a week, so my 3 lifts I'm really prioritizing in these next couple months, this winter arc as we're getting nice and strong. Squats, bench, and clean. So hitting both twice a week, and been now doing my cleans on this pull day with back and biceps, and then also on my shoulders and arms day on Saturday, which really excited to split it up, not having it on my lower body days, just with lower body days being so dense with sprints, jumps earlier, and then coming into the gym and squatting, RDLing. It's just a lot of volume, so this allows me to spread it out a little more, which I freaking love, and gets me excited to try some out new. So really good with these cleans today, felt really good, moved the bar nice and fast. My catch felt good, so it was a good day with those. Obviously doing some explosive movements, cleans, if you're able to. I'm a big fan of Olympic lifting. If you're newer to cleans, you can start with like clean pulls, just kind of getting the first pull down and then eventually working your way up to a catch. I think with cleans, like, I think a lot of people just don't do them because they think they're too technical, but they're not the hardest in the world to learn and kind of get a good basis for it. Like, yeah, we're not Olympic weightlifters, like the form doesn't have to be perfect, but you can learn it pretty quickly, and then over time you just kind of get used to it. So I don't know, a lot of people don't do them for some reason, but they're a staple movement and a great movement to do. Anyways, then got into the back and biceps. So start off with a barbell row, and these just felt incredible today. So my game plan going in, wanted to hit 3 back movements, kind of 2 rows and 1 pull down, like 12, and keep it at 12 total sets. I was just gonna do 4 sets of all 3 movements, but these were feeling so good, I ended up doing 5 sets here. So that's a big thing. If a movement's feeling good, why not ride it out, especially if you're just gonna do a movement that's similar to it. So these felt really good. Staple movement, these RDLs, barbell rows right here, 8 to 10 range. Big thing with these, like, obviously on a row, like, you can use a tiny bit of momentum, something into the world. It's just when you think about it, instead of bringing your chest to the bar, think about bringing the bar kind of towards like your belly button, mid-sternum, so you're really pulling those lats back, getting a big stretch there. But 5 sets of 8 to 10 there, staple movement, heavy barbell rows, that's gonna build your freaking back. You could also do them from the ground, more of like a pin lay row, if you kind of hurts your lower back to hold that position, but it's also kind of underrated benefit of holding that. You get some extra hamstring work with it, so it is kind of nice. And then I got into these lat pull downs, so a vertical pull in, so a row, a horizontal movement, and then a vertical pull right here. Was in like that 4 sets of 10 to 12 range. Love this mag grip right here, that neutral grip where you can kind of take your thumb out of it, feel the back a lot. Don't have to worry about the grip slipping. It's just so smooth, and that's always a nice thing with back training. Back training, like, I use straps on everything. Like back, when I'm doing hamstrings, like why would you limit yourself to your grip? Like a lot of people always say like, oh, if I can't grip it, then I shouldn't be using it. It's like, well, no, then that just means you have a weak back, because your back's gonna be way stronger than your forearm. So especially with heavy rows, barbell rows, chest supported rows, even lat pull downs, invest in some straps. And they're like $15, incredibly beneficial for you. Also can use them for heavy single leg work, and RDLs, really a game changer. You can really overload it. Don't have to worry about your grip taking out. Also, another thing is, like, even if your grip doesn't give out, you start, like, during a movement, like, it starts to take over, and that's all you think of, and you can't really think of the muscle being worked. So I'm a huge fan of straps. I use them all the time. I don't think I'm going to lose any, like, grip strength or forearm strength, because I still do my pull-ups without it, and there's still plenty of other movements I do without it. So I'd rather overload the muscle than, really have to worry about not using as much weight because of my forearms. So use your straps. And then those are the 3 back movements, those chest supported rows. That pad is phenomenal from Rogue. It is so smooth. Did 3 sets there, and then did these seated reverse flies. Really like these. Kind of set up at the end of the bench rather than standing. Kind of takes some momentum out.
And you can really, isolate the rear delts there. So 4 sets, kind of that higher rep range, 15 to 20, smoke those rear delts. Super good there. And then going into biceps, finish with 2 bicep movements. So just a classic barbell curl here. 4 sets, 10 to 12 range. Nothing beats a classic barbell curl. Nothing beats some bicep training. Just get a huge pump at the end of a session and hit your staple movements. So I like doing the barbell curls, easy bar curls, narrow, wide grip, just a classic curl. Can't go wrong with that. Move some weight, rip some curls, go hard in that. And then usually I like doing some more like a cable curl, an incline curl after. So then maybe a little more strict. Today I just did a cable curl. Really like the straight bar. You can do it with a rope. I personally not a big fan of the rope. I just never, my forearms kind of overtake it. I just never really feel it. I'm always like bringing the rope together and not getting as big of a stretch. So I personally really like the straight bar. I like the straight bar for both this and tricep pushdowns. But again, use whatever attachment you feel with the most. If it's a rope, it's a rope. If it's a V-bar, it's a V-bar. It's a straight bar, it's a straight bar. Use whatever you feel the most. Don't feel like you have to do what others do. All right, just finished that lift. That was one of the best lifts I had in a long time. Well, actually, the last 3 days I've had 3 really good lifts. So back was pumped up. 3 good exercises there, and then the rear delts and the biceps, but just doing cardio now. So kind of my new rule of conditioning is I realize I need to do a little less. I'm so used to it just from playing rugby. And if you guys played rugby or you play rugby, like it's 80 minutes, your heart rate's just jacked up the whole time. So I was so used to high intensity conditioning. And that's just been the basis of my training forever. And now that I recently stopped, I was just still used to doing it. And it's like, you forget how fatiguing it is and how much you can infringe on other things. And I think now that I'm peaking and trying to really work on my strength and power and speed, I'm still going to condition. I'll never lose that, but just bring the volumes down. That's all I got to do, bring the volume down. So obviously with my training, I'm doing 2 speed sessions, 6 lifts. Those are those 8 sessions are super important. And then I'm just tacking on 3 conditioning sessions a week on those upper body days. One of them is going to be the tempo run day, where I'm still doing tempo runs, just bringing the volume down. Instead of doing like 30, I'll do 20 to 24. And then on these aerobic days, I'm just going to throw in 30 minutes on the bike, 30 to 45 minutes. Probably just stick with 30, just keep it simple, but I'm going to stop overcomplicating it because cardio is just cardio. I'm just doing it now kind of as icing on the cake. That's my new saying, icing on the cake. Obviously the main thing stays the main thing, go hard in that, but it's good to have a little variety so you can mix it up a little bit. So on the bike now, just doing 30 minutes, zone 2, or I guess zone 3. I got a watch on, so I guess under 154 beats, which is like, I forgot the math on it, but smarter people know. But yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Look at the meal we got here. Look at that volume, baby. We got some beef fajitas, a shit ton of peppers and onions, a little pico, a little bit of this creamy salsa. All for, it's like 650 calories right there. That's a lot of food. A little cheat code there. Did a ton of fajita veggies. They're so easy to make. Pop in the pan, get your vegetables in, and it's like 100 calories added, and it's that much volume of food. So also these beef fajitas I get if you have a Kroger. They have them pre-marinated, which is super good, and they're a lot of protein. Super good meal. Also trying out these new, I usually just get the regular Mission ones, but the carb balance ones are half the calories. So I was like, might as well try them out, save some calories, and taste about the same. So it's look, it's a little dry. Oh man, a little dry. Could use a little more flavor, but it's good nonetheless, and it's a good amount of food. So this will be meal number 3 here. A little car talk here, but I think an important subject and something that honestly I feel like gets lost sometimes, but has kind of been super helpful for me with exercise and everything. But everything now is like what's optimal, what's not, this and that, science-based, whatever. But I think sometimes that gets lost in the sauce is the most important factor just training hard, just training your ass off. Because at the end of the day, intent is really all that matters. That's what's going to get you to what you want. That's what's going to build you muscle. That's what's going to build you power, fitness, speed. All that is having intent and just going in and getting after it. Like, yeah, there's optimal ways to train. There's probably better exercise selections. There's maybe ideal splits and this and that. And you can learn that and you play that out as you progress. But the number one thing you got to have is just the willpower to get after it, no matter what. Like, you're never always going to be motivated. You know, can't always rely on that. So days you don't feel like it or days you feel like it, they should look the same. You just got to go in there. And how that comes is just, you know, as dumb as it is, just doing it. So going in, working hard on each set or getting after it, and then that just becomes so routine to you. You know what failure feels like. You know what pushing hard feels like. Your body gets used to it, adapts to it, and you're like, okay, I've handled this before, I can do it before. Like, the number of times I'm in a hard workout and I'm like, God, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And I'm just like, well, you've done this before. You've done this. So I think just that stack of proof of doing the hard stuff, it adds up. You can always look back on it and remind yourself, well, I'm capable of that because I have done that before, or I've done even more than that. So intent. You know, I don't know. I feel like I don't see a lot of that nowadays. It's just like, oh, you got to have this perfect split and this and that, and they miss the number one principle, which is like, if you go in and just, okay, I got the perfect split written out for me, the perfect workout, and I go and half-ass everything, it's like 70% of what I'm capable of, then I just wasted my time. I say it all the time, like, better to train hard with a shitty training split than have the perfect split and, you know, not get after it. So intent, that is our word of the day. Just get after it, because at the end of the day, that's the best part too, is you can look in the mirror and just be like, oh, I busted my ass. And you can always know that. And like that confidence you build from that and that proof is far more than it. Well, it leads into the gains and everything, because now you just believe in it. Even if you're doing something wrong, but you believe in it, you're doing 100%, it's probably gonna have a better payoff than something that, you know, you're doing 50% and maybe it's more optimal for you or better for you. And this and that. But I just feel like nowadays everything's like, oh, this perfect, everything has to be perfect. Like, there's this perfect amount of reps and sets you should do per workout, and everything laid out and progressed so perfectly. And yeah, that's an ideal world, but we don't train an ideal world. So nowadays it's like people comment stuff, or I see it all the time. It's like everyone trains differently, and that's the beauty of it. You can learn from from others because they do stuff differently. If everyone did the same thing, there would be nothing to learn. You know, you can learn this stuff from others and take it into your own training. But at the end of the day, if you don't actually enjoy your training, you actually get after it, then what are we doing? You know, who cares what split you have? Who cares if you're reading all the science reports and this and that? And I'm not disregarding that. Like, that stuff's important, but intent. You got to get after it. You got to hold yourself to that standard. Like, know what pushing hard is, and look in the mirror and like, did I truly push that? Did I work hard? Like, something as cheesy as it is, I've always done this where, whether I was with sports and practices, I remember I started this in like high school. I would, like, if it was a practice, on the way home, I'd go back through that practice and literally go through like every period, like, for example, football. And I was like, all right, did I go hard enough? Did I get the most reps? Like, I was always the guy at practice, like, I was not the greatest athlete, obviously. I was good at lifting, but not the greatest athlete. But I worked hard. I was that typical work hard type of guy, like, lead by example, hat on hat guy. But I would go back and I'll be like, all right, I'm the one, I want to get the most reps. I want to be the most conditioned. Like, when I was in rugby, I was like, I want to win every conditioning rep. You know, I want to do this and that. I want to be like, get in every drill, get as many reps as possible. Now look back on the car ride home, like, all right, did I get after it? Yeah, same thing I do when I'm lifting too. It's like, all right, little reflection. I was like, did that set, like, go through that exercise? All right, I pushed myself in all 4 sets there, this and that. Okay, how was that weight? Stuff like that. Hold yourself accountable. I think that's a big thing too. Look, a lot of stuff, intent, holding yourself accountable, that's going to cover your bases. Yes, having a good plan is important. It is important to learn from others, and that's such a great resource with where we're at in this world, like with Instagram, with YouTube. There's free information everywhere, and you know, there's so many knowledgeable people. But I just feel like sometimes I see like the ideal way to train, but we miss the most important thing, and it's just like getting after it and training hard. So make sure you're training hard, continue to train hard if you are, because I know you are when you're watching these videos, because people watch me, they get after it. That's what we're all about, baby. So yeah, my little spiel on that, but yeah, I love these car talks. I love getting after in the car. All right, got meal number 4 here. I'm telling you, the most important meal, or the most important factor, these 90-second rice, these are so much easier than cooking rice. I know cooking rice is super easy, but I'm super lazy and these help a lot. And then the whole food salmon, always a staple. Whole food salmon there. This little side salad with a little avocado ranch on it. This dressing's been pretty good. It's only like 35 calories, which is pretty good for dressings, because obviously dressings can add up. But meal number 4 here. All right, finishing the day off with something freaking special. This, if you ever crave ice cream, this thing is a cheat code. I mean, I don't know if you can get it everywhere. Kroger, Harris Teeter, if you live in like the southeast of the United States, I know you can get it there. But 260 calories for this whole pint. And it tastes phenomenal. I mean, I can't even tell the difference between this and regular ice cream. Like, it's awesome. 260 calories, it's crazy. Like, so I'll grab these like once a week, or actually this is the 2nd day in a row I've had it, but it's 260 calories. Fits it in, puts me at like 3,100 calories, or a little under 3,100, been eating between 3,000 and 32, so perfect. But this thing is awesome. So it's got these little caramel bits in it. It seems like I'm endorsing Nick's. Nick's, if you're watching this, hit the DMs. But no, this is actually really good. It is nice having this every now and then. Like, hey, tastes exactly like ice cream. Why not? Fits within the diet. Can't go wrong with that. Also, shout out here, Manny Chavez sent me this, MC Training on Instagram. But the clothing brand's called Athletically Pleasing. So he was kind enough, reached out, sent this to me, another shirt. But this shirt is incredibly nice, incredibly comfortable. So I'll put a link in the description if you want to check them out. But anyways, good day of eating right here. About 4 meals, this little ice cream here, but it's like 6:30, I'm about to go to bed, which is kind of bad. I mean, I'll probably fall asleep at 8, but woke up at 4. My sleep's been a little weird these last couple of weeks. Last 2 weeks I've been waking up so early, but I said in the beginning, and it's like cheesy as it is, I'm just stoked to get up. Like, I literally cannot wait to get up, and like, yes, I can't wait to eat my breakfast, but it's like, that just sets the tone for the day. It's crazy, like that psychological side that breakfast has on me. But really, I'm telling you, get a good breakfast, you get out of bed earlier, you go to bed, or you go to bed earlier, you get out of bed earlier, and you start the tone with something you like. If you start the day with something you love, oh my God, like the rest of your day, it's like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I think that's a big thing. Like, I've been in a bad routine where like I'll start the day with some negative, where like I'll weigh myself sometimes, or I weigh myself every morning, but sometimes like, oh, it's heavier than I thought. I'm like, damn, and I kind of get mad. And then I go have that breakfast. Like, first off, it doesn't matter at all. And then second off, it's like, this day is awesome. I can take this breakfast. So I know I talk at lengths about breakfast, but I'm not even lying, or whatever it is. Maybe it's your coffee, whatever it is. I mean, I also have a rain with it, and that helps too. I love razzleberry rain. I mean, that and those eggs. I mean, I'm about to go to bed right now, so I can wake up and eat it, but real talk. But full day of eating,